Joining forces. Manatees are just one focus of Dr. Minucci's work. He investigates a wide variety of marine animals. No matter what he's studying, however, he considers collaboration to be an essential part of effective research. Working with the Seal Conservation Society of the United Kingdom, Dr. Minucci coordinated an investigation to test the hypothesis that the Caribbean monk seal is extinct. This seal once lived in the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean Sea. Several unconfirmed sightings suggested that a few members of this species might still be alive. The combined research team helped to prove that those sightings almost certainly correspond with a different species, the hooded seal. Regretfully, they concluded that the Caribbean monk seal truly is extinct. Partnerships also allow researchers to share information and expand the impact of their work. In 2010, the Manatee Conservation Center joined forces with the Georgia Aquarium in Atlanta, the world's largest. These two centers now have regular dialogues and share their knowledge of animal care, veterinary procedures, and water quality monitoring. Collaboration has also helped Dr. Minucci solve some unusual problems. It is important for veterinarians at the center to get accurate internal temperature measurements, but manatees have large molars and chew on anything you put in their mouths. So oral thermometers don't work. Dr. Minucci sought help from a company that specializes in making animal tracking devices. The company donated microchips about the size of a grain of rice. Find an injured or orphaned manatee. Can the injuries be treated on site? Yes. Treat injuries. Is the manatee ready to live on its own? Yes. Release the manatee. Is the manatee ready to live on its own? No. Bring the manatee to the Conservation Center for rehabilitation. Release the manatee. Can the injuries be treated on site? No. Bring the manatee to the Conservation Center for rehabilitation. Release the manatee. Once a chip is implanted, it can be scanned with a pocket reader to obtain the manatee's body temperature. Singing for support. Dr. Minucci's scientific adventures aren't limited to the laboratory. He has published books for children and even ventured into the recording studio. To spread word about the plight of manatees, Dr. Minucci turned to another unusual collaborator, musician Tony Croatto, who was well known for his versions of Puerto Rican folk songs. Croatto and Minucci co-wrote a song called Moises Llegó del Mar. Moses came from the sea. Their song was inspired by the first manatee rescued by Dr. Minucci. Moises, Spanish for Moses, was separated from his mother when he was just 2 weeks old. When Dr. Minucci's team found him, he had both external and internal injuries. After 27 months of care, they released a healthy Moises back into the Caribbean. It was the first time a captive raised manatee had been rehabilitated and released. The song received plenty of airplay. Soon Moises was a familiar icon admired by listeners around the world. Today, he lives in the wild, where the center's staff regularly monitor his progress. This was just one more way that Dr. Minucci has brought people together to protect and care for marine life. Dr. Antonio Minucci at work.